Hi everyone, welcome to This is Cinema. After Deadpool and Wolverine, we are being introduced to a new multiversal concept called anchor being, and apart from that, there are other things to know for understanding the entire multiverse. And this video is about explaining the entire Marvel multiverse based on the projects that are released so far. So watch till the end, so that you couldn't miss out anything, and now let's dive right in. First, let's start with the Sacred Timeline. Before the TVA and the Sacred Timeline, eons ago, there was a huge multiversal war between the Kang variants, and one of the variant, He Who Remains, destroyed the entire multiverse using Alioth, except his universe, which was 616. And after the war, he created a sacred timeline for his universe, which means the predetermined timeline of events, and he created TVA to monitor this sacred timeline. Because if anyone from the sacred timeline does anything that's not supposed to happen as predetermined, then it will cause the formation of a branch timeline from that point, and that's called a nexus event. The TVA will analyze the possible future of that timeline, and if they assess that this timeline will not create a Kang variant in future, then they will allow the timeline to grow, and the temporal loom will weave the branch timeline along with the sacred timeline. And that's why the sacred timeline has multiple strands within it, and there are different looking variants of Loki within the sacred timeline. So TVA focuses mainly on 616, and they join the branches with sacred timeline if it doesn't cause any harm to the sacred timeline. And that's the reason why in Loki Season 2, the Monitor showed that the every branch labeled as branch 616 and blah blah blah. He Who Remains also explained about this in the Season 2 finale. The loom deletes the branches that aren't supposed to be there. He didn't say the loom destroys every branches, because TVA only prunes the branches only which was harmful to sacred timeline. And if they assess that the branch would produce a Kang variant in future, they arrest the guy who created the Nexus event, the variant, and prune the entire timeline, which will eventually goes to the multiversal wasteland called the Void. In TVA, the variant will be tested for trail, and at last he or she will also be pruned, and enters the Void. The Void was guarded by Alioth, which will destroy everyone who enters the Void, to ensure that they doesn't return to their universe. So this is all about how TVA works, what's sacred timeline and Void. Then to know about the various time travel concepts in Marvel, click here to check out this video, where I have completely discussed about all time travel concepts used so far in Marvel. Now let's move on to discuss about the new multiverse formed by Loki. In Season 2, Loki breaks the temporal loom and let the sacred timeline to branch out freely and expanded the multiverse. And that's the time when the entire multiverse was born. For example, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's universe, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's universe, Deadpool's 10005 universe, 838 universe, Blade's universe, Elektra's universe, the animated Spider-Verse universes, and the What If branched universes, all formed after the sacred timeline was exposed. So basically the entire Marvel multiverse formed after Loki formed that multiversal tree. Now I'll make you to understand it clearly. In Sacred Timeline there were multiple timelines, weaving together, which doesn't produce a new Kang variant in future. Because all those timelines within the Sacred Timeline has the same narrative, written by He Who Remains. For example, take the story of old Loki. His timeline also had the events of Ragnarok, followed by Thanos' invasion, like the same way how our main timeline Loki has. He was supposed to be dead by the hands of Thanos, but he escaped and lived in a hide, and once he tried to escape from the hide, the branch started to pop up and TVA arrested him. Now let's see about the 838 universe. They had a new team named Illuminati. They had Professor X, Fantastic Four team, which was not present in the main timeline 616. Because this universe formed from the sacred timeline, after Loki's multiversal tree formation. If you get the confusion of the timeline of events, keep this in mind, that all the events of Loki takes place outside of the time. It may have started after Endgame, which means 2023, but the entire events takes place outside of time, so it won't coincide with the timeline of other events. So now we have seen about how multiversal tree was formed, and how the different universes created from the sacred timeline. And now let's see about the Kang Council. When the sacred timeline remained intact, there was no formation of any new Kang variants except He Who Remains. At the end of Season 1, After his death, the sacred timeline got exposed, which led to the formation of multiple branches throughout the sacred timeline. And eventually Kang variants started to appear in those branches, and they formed their council with the infinite number of Kang variants. The council was located outside of space and time, and here we can notice the timeline branches, which says that they are present outside of it. They are still present, and Marvel won't just introduce Doctor Doom all of a sudden. Doctor Doom might fight against the Kang Council and defeat them and become the new big bad of the multiverse saga. And now let's see about what are incursions. The incursion occurs when the boundary between the two universes erode, destroying one or both of them. In Multiverse of Madness, they have shown that the dream walking from one universe to other universe using the Darkhold causes incursion. They doesn't mention about the presence of the being from another universe would cause the incursion. If that's the case, then Watcher couldn't have placed Natasha into new universe, and Deadpool couldn't have placed this Wolverine in his universe as a new anchor being, and Deadpool couldn't have traveled to 616. So as of now, only dreamwalking causes incursion. And now let's discuss about the new concept called anchor being. Before the multiversal tree formation, TVA named the only universe under their control as 616. And now after its formation, they have started to label the universes with separate numericals, and one among them was Universe 10005. In this universe, their anchor being Logan died after his noble sacrifice, which caused a ripple effect in their timeline, leading to its destruction, and it may take a couple of thousand years for its complete destruction. So, for each universe there is an anchor being, serving as the anchor point for that universe, and after their death, their universe begins to destroy in the natural cause. And we could be able to replace the anchor being with their other variant, like we have seen in Deadpool and Wolverine. And now let's see about how to travel between the universes. Because it's not that easy to travel between them, and the character needs some sort of special ability or power or devices to travel the multiverse. There are totally 8 different ways, using which we can travel the multiverse. First way is through the portal of America Chavez. In the entire multiverse, only America Chavez has the power to travel the multiverse physically, using her natural ability. But initially, she doesn't know how to control it, because the portal opens whenever she gets frightened or afraid. But at the end, she learned how to control her power, and now she can open portals to any universe she wants. Then the second way is using the multiversal time chair of Kang. In Quantumania, we have seen Kang using his multiversal time chair to travel different universes to destroy it. That's the way of using the advanced future technology to travel the multiverse. The third way is with the help of Cable's time travel watch. With that watch, Deadpool traveled to a different universe to kill Ryan Reynolds for choosing the script of Green Lantern. And with that, he came to 616 to meet Happy Hogan to join the Avengers. So traveling between the universes is possible using the Cable's watch. The fourth way is using the magic of Doctor Strange. In No Way Home, we have seen the entry of beings from different universes into 616 when the spell went wrong. Then after casting a new spell, they all got returned to their universes. So it's possible to travel multiverse using the spell of Doctor Strange. Then the fifth way is using the special type of sling ring, which has time and reality stones in it. In Deadpool and Wolverine, we have seen Cassandra Nova use this special type of sling ring to travel from the Void to Deadpool's universe, and she said she got it from a Doctor Strange variant in the Void. So in the multiverse, there are many Doctor Strange variants who has this special type of sling ring to travel between the universes. The sixth way is with the help of TVA's TemPad. It can take you to any moment of time, to any universe. In Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool travels many universes using the TemPad to recruit a Wolverine variant. So it's also an easy way to travel multiverse physically. And the seventh way is using the multiversal watch used by the Spider-Man variants. It also functions same as that of TemPad, but only the Spider-Man variants in the Spider Society has this special type of watch. And the final way is dreamwalking using the Darkhold. In dreamwalking, we cannot travel physically to the other universe. Rather, only our consciousness travels to that universe and gets combined to the variant. So for dreamwalking, the universe that you want to travel should need to have a variant of yours in that universe, and they could be dead or alive. And yeah, that's it, folks. I think I have explained clearly about the multiverse, and if you have any doubt in that, please let me know in the comments section. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button below, and let's meet in another video. Until then, signing off.
This is cinema.